What's going on, guys? It's Thursday and I'm back to help you win another Forza Horizon 5 trial event. And this week the stock Showdown series continues. Today we have to use a 1989 Porsche number 65 Raw Sport Racing 911 Desert Flyer tuned to its stock spec of B694. You cannot put any upgrades on this car this week. Unlike last week, you could upgrade it and still keep it at the stock number. However, you can do quite a bit of tuning on it this go around. The very first week you could only tune the tire pressure and the downforce on that Mercedes-Benz we had to use today. You can actually do quite a bit in terms of tuning. You can mess with the tire pressure, the gearing, the alignment, the anti-roll bars, the springs, damping, and the differential. The tune I actually ended up making for it, I'll show it on screen right now. It is called Stock Showdown. We'll also show the share code for this bad boy. I kind of tinkered around with everything you can possibly adjust except for the tire pressure. I never really messed with tire pressure that much in this game. It seems like it's only really going to be super beneficial if you play with the tire wear setting active on the Forza games. So I did not change the tire pressure at all, but I did change absolutely everything else. I changed the gear ratio, the alignment with the camber, and I actually left the toe and the front caster the same, but I did adjust the camber. I made the anti-roll bars have a split even 10 for the front and the rear on the pretty soft side. I made them both 10s, kind of make it a little more symmetrical, a little more balanced, I should say. I adjusted the spring stiffness a little bit. I made the ride height an even 10 inches. I think it's a good medium for dirt racing. You don't want it to be, usually like in road racing, you want the car slammed pretty much as low as you can possibly get. Dirt racing, it's not a good idea because the car bottoms out a lot and it could just send your car into sheer chaos pretty much. It'll end up bouncing around. It's not good having your car bottoming out on dirt racing, and especially if you're going to be doing a lot of jumping. So keep that in mind if you're adjusting your own ride height. I think 10 it's a good balance there. Damping, I adjusted it just a little bit. Not a whole lot. For the differential, I have a 90% setting for the acceleration, 10% for deceleration. I think it's very good if you're one of the people who don't like to brake a whole lot. You kind of do off-throttle braking, rely on engine to slow down the car. This does a very good job with that. And the high acceleration setting, it puts enough power down. We're not going to be spinning the wheels too much and getting out of control. For this event as a whole, I will say it was actually kind of fun because I think dirt racing is the best racing in these Horizon games. I love it. Any kind of dirt racing game I'm going to be a fan of for the most part, but for a rear-wheel drive car on dirt, this thing handles very well. I didn't once have an issue with almost spinning out like you tend to have on like cars in this era that are road racers. This thing does not really handle like a rear-wheel drive car. The only time you really notice it's rear-wheel drive is on the initial start where you just spin the tires for a while. But I mean, it handles, excuse me, it handles very well for a B-class car. And this event as a whole, very, very fun to compete in, very fun to complete. The grid slot is probably going to be a pretty big factor in how well you're going to place. In the first race, you can kind of make up some time if you start in the back. You can kind of work your way forward. But in the second race, you're going to want to start in the front. Hopefully, if you start in the rear, you might be able to completely send it in that first tight turn and take some people out, pin them against the wall, and go forward like somebody on my team tried to do. They kind of slammed into the wall. Barely got into me, didn't affect me too much though. But grid position is going to be a bit of a factor, particularly in race 2. There is going to be 1 or 2 AI that's very good, especially in race 1. But if you're a decent driver, you should be able to at least be top 3, I'd say. But I think this tune gives you the best shot to win these races. It's not perfect by any means. I mean, it's a stock car with no upgrades. What can you say about that? You can only do so much, but from a tuning standpoint, I think it's probably the best you're going to be able to make this car. You're going to be able to get the most out of it with this particular tune thrown on it. Hopefully you guys can win this event and get that, I think it's 2012 Porsche GT2 RS. Pretty slick car. I think I already had one, unfortunately, but if you don't have it and you're a Porsche fan, that'll be one you'll be happy to have in your collection here on this game. Hopefully next week we'll have something where you can add some upgrades again. If not, hopefully there's plenty of things that can be adjusted in the tuning side of things. If you need any help with any of these challenges this week, or need some advice or anything like that, there's a link to my Discord server in the description. You can join in. I didn't say that last week. It's the first time I think in a trial video since I've had the server. I didn't mention it. So hop in there if you need some help or just want to talk Forza with some good folks. We're all in there ready for you. Leave a like on the video if it helped you out. Subscribe if you want more future trial videos like this. I'm trying to kind of do what I can here with the very limited things you can do in the trial events lately, but I'm still gonna keep grinding and put some content out there to help you guys conquer these challenges. Leave a comment if the event was easy to you, if having a tune made things easier for you, because hopefully it should. Just let me know how everything went down in the comments, and I'll see you guys next week for another stock showdown video.